ESPN's Director of Basketball Recruiting, Paul Biancardi. Paul, good morning. Thanks for hopping on with us.
Recruiting never stops, guys, and neither does player evaluation.
That is the truth, and I see so many pictures of Cal on social media sitting at so many different basketball tournaments. Tell me about the life that Cal lives in that way.
He lives in a plane, he lives in an airport, and he lives on his phone. And once in a while, or maybe more often than that, he lives at a Dunkin' Donuts. Now, the summertime is when college coaches in basketball, that's when they do a bulk of their evaluation. They do some in the spring. They do a lot in July. Not quite as much as they have in decades before. When I first started, we could go out July 6th, and we had no rules in terms of dead periods, and we could evaluate until July 31st. We were on the road for 25 straight days. And the reason you were is because if you got off the road, you felt like your competition had an edge, right? They were out and you weren't. And Cal's like a shadow. He's everywhere. I saw him in Rock Hill, South Carolina, and then I bumped into him, at a 9 o'clock game in the morning, talked to him the next day at an 8 p.m. game. Then I hit a couple of different circuits. Then I see him down at the Peach Jam, and you see him in the morning, you see him late at night. He works like an assistant coach. I mean, I don't think the last time he was an assistant coach was, pre-UMass. I don't count the NBA. But he has this insatiable work ethic. And people say, well, he was at Kentucky. Okay, Kentucky's a great place to be coaching. But prior to that, he was at Memphis, pretty good place, and UMass. Doesn't matter if he's at UMass, Memphis, Kentucky, Arkansas, even if he was in the NBA. The guy is just, I call him a workaholic, and he reminds me of an assistant coach who just is always on the grind.
Paul, what's made him such a good evaluator over the years?
He knows what he's looking at, and he knows who he wants. There's a difference. Like, he'll look at a player, and I've had many, many conversations with Coach Cal about this. It has to fit his criteria in terms of he has to play with intensity. He has to have that mindset of just an alpha dog. That's what he wants on the court. He wants someone he can go to battle with. And at the same time, guys, character is so important to John Calipari. He makes sure that the player can fit, in the big fishbowl at Arkansas, right? The spotlight, the SEC, and thrive in a big program in a community that cares about their team. If you look back at all of Cal's recruits, not everyone works out in terms of being a star. I know he's made a payroll of, I guess, $1 billion or so. But to me, what really stands out, when you look at his players from UMass until right now with J.J. Andrews, they all have a high character about them. They all have a respectfulness. None of Cal's recruits that I can even think of or remember have gotten in any serious trouble. I just can't think of one. Now, maybe there has been, but every kid you point at, besides being a 5-star or 4-star or maybe someone who's still developing, that they all are like respectful, good kids.
This team
he's
is.
Made a name. He's made a name on that his whole career, guys. I can't think of a recruit that he had that, was a kid who got off track.
We remarked about that last year before, and they just put that team together, Chuck, in short order. And we were at that.
He's a great evaluator of people, not just of talent.
No, I think you see the impact of that when they start 1-5 or 1-6 or whatever it was in the league, and the wheels could have come off right there. I mean, with in today's world, NIL, and this guy's making $1 million and that guy's not, and whatever, and like pointing fingers. And none of that happened.
Well, Cal has a way of bringing everyone together, and he's so engaging that he explains everyone's role and the importance of that role, and he makes everyone, not just the players, but everyone in the organization, they understand how much they matter to him. He knows he can't do it alone. But he's an encourager. He's a gatherer. He's a great motivator. And he knows what it takes to be successful.
And before we get into JJ, I'll just say this, and Chuck, you and I have talked about it before. Every one of his assistant coaches are the same. They all, in terms of how they are as people and the way they talk to people and the way they engage. We get to see some of that. I don't know that fans do, but I'll run into these guys in the airport and whatever. And he picked his coaches just like you talk about him picking his players.
And he's done that forever. But now I competed against Cal. I told you that when I was at Boston College, and he was at UMass, and he tried to be the big dog in the state, and we were, and he became the big dog in the state. And he had a great staff back then of guys that not only were good at what they did, they were great basketball minds, coaches. They were relentless evaluators and recruiters. And I think that's the way his staff is today. That they're still relentless in a very respectful way, and that's how Cal is. And so, if you're going to be in it, he's in it to win it. And I caught him at the Peach Jam, guys. This is true story. I go upstairs. There's a little room at the Peach Jam where they have traditional sandwiches and peach cobbler for all the coaches. So I'm going up there to just grab a snack in between games, and there he is on the bench, sitting, next to the cafeteria lunchroom, a little bit down the way, and he's on his phone, and he's working, right? He's working, he's trying to eat, he's trying to talk. I mean, he just doesn't let up. So I sat down, talked with him for a few minutes about, some of the players, and, he's eating in between games and then getting on a call and then going right back to the games.
That's awesome. That's a good insight. Paul Biancardi, ESPN Director of Recruiting. You mentioned the Peach Jam. I mean, that's the premier tournament we hear about every year in the elite summer basketball circuit. And J.J. Andrews, the Arkansas five-star commit, what did you see there from him?
Well, I saw great energy, productivity, and leadership ability. First of all, he's an elite athlete in this class. We have him as a five-star prospect, top 15 in the class currently. He just understands how to produce in every game. He's not set on shooting threes. He's not set on driving the ball. He doesn't go to one area and just go to work. He goes to different areas. He'll hit the glass real hard. He's great in transition as a finisher. If you don't get out of his way, he's going to dunk on you. So he has that explosiveness. He has a strong athletic frame, great hands, drive it, sprinkles in the shot, gets to the free throw line quite a bit. And one of the games that I posted on social media is that the game was tied, and he hit the game tie. I'm sorry, they were down 1 in the semifinals. He hits the game tying free throw, then the game winning free throw to send them to the Peach Jam championship. So he's playing with poise. He's playing with confidence. He's a high-level athlete. He's an excellent basketball player. And he plays with IQ, meaning he knows how to function with 4 other guys. And as you know, with Cal, that's huge. Because if you go to Arkansas, you have to understand this other great talent, and you have to function and fit in with other talent. And J.J. Andrews maybe is the highest character guy in the class. I mean, he's that good of a person. But when he gets on the court, he's nasty.
Paul, I've talked to people who've watched JJ since he was really young, and they talk about how every year he gets noticeably better. I mean, not just a little bit better, but I mean noticeably better. The people that watch him a lot say they're really not sure what the ceiling is because he just keeps getting better than he was the year before.
He does, and because he works at it. I've stayed in touch with J.J. Andrews over the years. He tries to work on his shooting, like all kids do. And at this age, he's so dynamic at getting to the rim and scoring in the paint. That's where he's best right now. But he's expanding his game, plays hard on the defensive end. Like, you can see the effort and the engagement on the defensive end. He tries to play a complete game. And, yes, he's made incremental progress, already a ranked player, and he slowly has moved up the chart. Mm-hmm. I don't like to put ceilings on any of these players. I really don't. I'm not a big floor guy, a ceiling guy, whatever people like to say that cliche, because sometimes guys just, their upside is in their work ethic, and you can't measure that.
Paul, that's a great look at it. That was behind the scenes like today. Thanks for coming on and sharing the insights. It's always fun. We always appreciate it. We'll get you out of here with this. And I think we've talked about it before, but It looks like Arkansas's roster is complete now. How do you feel going into next season for Cal?
Oh, you got to feel great. I mean, the backcourt is so talented. The front court is loaded with established talent coming in from South Carolina, Florida State. Then they have the two, I call them freshmen. They are freshmen, but the young man who came in from West Oaks High School, the 7'1" Paulo Samito, I believe. He's got a 7'5" wingspan. He's going to learn and grow. He'll give them some minutes. I think he'll be a star in his second year. Then they have the young man from Europe, the big kid. He's a bruiser inside. But I love the backcourt. Acuff, Thomas, Sealy, some star-studded freshmen that will really help right away. And then I think it's DJ Wagner's team this year. So, and Billy Richmond showed and Carter Knox showed that they're ready to step up and be major players. So love the team. Cal will get them cohesive and together over the course of time. College basketball, guys, marathon season. You got to be prepared for some losing streaks, and you have to know how to handle the winning streaks. And who knows with the SEC this year? I'll tell you this, guys. I'll give you some update. The SEC this year has the most top 100 talent coming into college basketball. 30 ESPN top 100 players are coming to the SEC this upcoming season. And the talent's going to be incredible when it comes to the freshman class.
What's different about that, I feel like, Paul, is last year there was a lot of experience in the league. A lot of teams that had returning guys on their roster. This year, the league's going to be a little different with a bunch of really young talent. And Arkansas has got some retention this year. So we'll see how that plays out. Hey, thanks, man.
Okay, guys. Thanks for having me.
You, Paul.
That was awesome. Appreciate it, Paul. Always a great time. Always learn a lot. Paul Biancardi, ESPN Director of Recruiting. One of my favorite guests.
Whenever Paul Biancardi's on, I feel like he's ready to go longer than we are. I mean, he just rolls.
Well, he was talking about Cal. I mean, that's him.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I mean, I don't know the Cal's where he already is. He's all up in it, too.
Yeah.
Listen, for those guys, it's work. I mean, at some level,
life.
It's work for every. But that's exactly right.
It's their it's their identity.
Yeah,
it's who they are.
Their lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's what they want to do.